What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing an upgrade I've been sitting on for probably almost a year, and it's well overdue. I'm talking about replacing the brakes and upgrading the brakes on my Surron Light Bee X over here. Let me show you those brakes. Big shout out goes out to Maint Ebike for sending me over this package. They literally sent this to me over a year ago. I've just never had a chance to get around to it, but today's the day. This kit actually comes with pretty nice rotors, 203 millimeter by 3 millimeter thick, but I already have, show you that over here, I already have the Warp 9 220 mil on the rear. My front is still stock, but I have a Warp 9 220 mil for the front, which I will be installing. So these are not necessary for me. And look at these brakes right here. So we have 6 piston brakes compared to the 4 piston that comes stock on a Surron, and that is pretty nice. And these, I believe, are the spacers to make it fit on a bigger rotor. So the front brake isn't a big issue, pretty simple. The rear is the annoying part because we have the line running through the frame, which means I have to remove the battery, open up the controller and open all that stuff so I can feed it through. I'd call this a medium job. It's not hard. It's more annoying than hard, if anything. So I'm not sure how much of the process I'm gonna show, but let's get started. Finally done. Got that rotor on, looking very nice. Got the new brakes. These look insane. Routed everything pretty nice. Got that rear looking clean. Now, a few things that I learned along the way because I've never done this before. So the first thing is I thought you gotta open a bunch more things like the controller and all that stuff up. You don't really have to do that. You do have to remove the battery, and you have to remove the battery base over there just so that line can go through. Now, unfortunately, it's very difficult to do all of that stuff and move the caliper through this area over here. If you want to do that, then yes, you do have to disconnect the controller. I wasn't trying to do that, so I did disconnect the line right here, disconnected that and just ran the line through. Then I had to bleed the brakes. So if you do disconnect it, you will definitely have to bleed the brakes, but it makes life a whole lot easier running it through without that caliper. Routed it through all the way, came up here. These are the brakes now. They feel pretty good. Now the main thing is that I want to show you, this is the stock Surron caliper. So the bigger piston is 20 millimeters and this one is 18 millimeters. Okay, on this new brake we're looking at 18 millimeters, 14. So a little bit smaller for these two, but overall you get 6 pistons and should give you a more consistent bite and a nicer bite on this rotor. So I apologize, I didn't show the exact how-to. It was never really meant to be a how-to video. It's more of like putting these brakes on, making you aware that they exist for a pretty decent price, and testing them in the real world, and that is exactly what we're gonna do right now. All right, we are outside, and I kind of want to bed in these brakes before I take it off-roading. Easiest way to do that is just kind of bring the bike up to around 20-30 miles an hour and just slam on the brakes, but don't fully stop. Don't come to a complete stop and let go. Just repeat that over and over again, and that should help in with that bedding process. But man, wow, these already feel better than my old one. Way more bite. Let's just bed them in a little bit more. There you go. Slowly working in, especially since I have a brand new rotor too on the front, so those two have to kind of mate, and these brakes will perform better whew, they already feel amazing. And let's see how they act off-road. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's good right here. Also, when I kind of took out the front tire to change my rotor, I kind of let the suspension breathe a little bit, and dude, I swear to God, it made my front fork feel better. It was good before, but it feels so much better now. Let's try this mini downhill. Oh yeah, dude, these brakes are f***ing good. Yeah, these feel so much better than my stock one. Crazy. Now remember, those stock Surron brakes, the pistons, they're 4 pistons, and they are 20 mil and 18 mil. This is 6 pistons, and we have 18, 14, and 14. So overall, we have way more surface area to bite on the brake, and these brakes bite. And when I say bite, man, these brakes are insane, so good. All right, I'm gonna try this hill climb. Not for the hill climb, but I want to make my way down and see how these brakes act under continuous pressure and my weight on it and all that stuff. So let's make it up this hill, and now I want to see how do these act going downhill. How sensitive are they? Oh yeah, look at that. It gives me a lot of confidence knowing my brakes are good. I don't feel any fade. Very good. Oh yeah, amazing. Very good. Now on my stock setup, I was using those Shimano resin pads. I like those a lot. But over here, whew, a lot of ruts over here. But these come with the metallic ones. Now I'm not sure as far as aftermarket pads, which pads will work. I have to contact the manufacturer and see what they recommend. And if I find that information out, I'll definitely have it in the description. So if you're still rocking the stock Surron brakes and you're looking for an upgrade and you don't want to break the bank, find something that is very good for a decent price, I will definitely have a link in the description down below so you can check these out. I highly recommend them. This is way better than my stock setup. Holy cow, that was fun. I hope this was helpful, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.